He's pro segregation.
Freedom, bro.
Funny and outrageous online.
Hey, quiet.
Oh,
Segregation's not oppression.
Oh, wow. Well, y'all are definitely ignorant.
Well,
Definitely. Really.
all right.
Badly.
I say we bring back normalizing the word we need to shame again. We need to put them back in the closet. I miss those days when people wouldn't tell anyone that they're gay because it was not celebrated. Now it's like people
okay, this is the biggest right-wing grift. This is the most is right-wing grift. The Make America Great Again. Her at the beginning of it telling her to shut up. This is 100% like propaganda content to try to get some money off the right. Fucking clown behavior.
becoming gay because they want to be celebrated. They're weird. They're outcasts. They just want to feel like they can fit in and have a bunch of people support them for nothing.
Yeah, just straight up racism.
2024, just become a and then, oh, boom, you're popular. Magically, it's become a trend. Let's make it a trend to shame them again. Who's with me?
So here's what I'm wondering. Your daughter's gonna grow up. We'll also show in the intro the clip of, also joking, I'm sure, of your daughter being ready for a guy when she's 18. You know that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. You really, this is gonna be out there. You really want your daughter seeing this?
Yes.
Just spewing hatred all
It's not spewing hatred.
is.
It's not. I mean,
What is
We don't-
your fixation? Just okay. Other people can live their life. I thought that was what conservatives liked before.
Here's the thing, bro. Nobody was fixated on it until it got shoved down our throat. There's not a TV show we can watch without a homosexual. Like
That's
there's
not even
gays
true,
and
but-
what name a show.
Name a show.
Like a new show that's come out and there's
I don't watch any new shows.
exactly.
I watch-
So you don't even know, dude. There are so many gays.
okay.
But like, bro, if you're a Christian and
Yeah.
you know that that's wrong, and you see them just normalizing this lifestyle, obviously, it's science 101, right? Like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Like,
Okay, he's already made a bunch of like wrong statements. There definitely are plenty of shows without queer LGBT characters. Also, what's up with this guy's cut, bro? My man has only neck beard, like just straight up, just all neck beard cut, bro. What's going on? Did his bar something happen? Maybe that's what happened. Like his barber is just protesting. His barber saw his videos and won't hook him up anymore.
there's going to be a reaction to the action
But-
of just shoving this down our
in Pride
throats.
Month, hello, it's everywhere. We get the gay flag everywhere. You see it in Target for the kids. And yes, what I said in that video is precisely true. Like,
And I was talking about this before. Like people, especially conservatives, get so upset about this. All around the world, the rainbow is just seen as a rainbow, but in America, I think it's mainly conservatives that are just so fixated on it being the pride flag. They just can't see it as a normal rainbow, and they call everybody else crazy. These are the crazy people right here. Freaking grifters.
like weird and ugly, and you're like, oh, I'm transgender now. All of a sudden, you have this whole community praising you for just
like when it
being
was
unique.
the most looked down upon, there were still lots and lots of gay people. Clearly, it's not just a societal trend.
It is trending
It is.
upwards.
We
More
see it
people.
in nature.
Oh my god, like penguins being gay or whatever.
I'm just saying, clearly, even when it was the worst thing you could do societally, still people were gay. So it's not like people are just doing it because
Worst thing you could do societally. What about like killing
Like-
people?
well, they would get killed for it. Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean,
I mean, still in countries where you
Abortion.
get killed for it, there are still gay people.
right.
Of course, debunks the idea that this is some media-driven
Well,
phenomenon.
just because it happens in nature doesn't mean it's correct. We come
Right,
from a
I'm
Christian
saying-
point of view.
And you can have your views. My point is, though, our argument is that everyone can have their views and live their life, and then
Is that what
sort
you
of
guys
live-
think? Because I'm
let
pretty sure
live.
cancel culture comes from the left. Like the reason why I'm so like flagrant about this stuff and like aggressive about it online is because
I don't know what this dude's political views are. Maybe he's like a centrist or something. But I feel like you have to be delusional to believe in a world where like fascism exists, Nazis exist, people who are pro segregation, obviously like this exists, want things to be equal because they straight up do not.
and then
is that what
sort
you
of
guys
live-
think? Because I'm
let
pretty sure cancel culture comes from the left. Like the reason why I'm so like flagrant about this stuff and like aggressive about it online is because people are constantly like, you can't say that, cancel. Like, I remember I started off on TikTok, and I always say the crazy rabid feminist on TikTok created the anti-feminist monster that I am today, because if I just said one thing, oh, women should be in the kitchen, oh my gosh, this internalized misogyny, they're freaking out, they're literally, did you see the feminist?
See, this is the big grift part of it too. She's making statements where she's making broad statements about all women. Then somebody responds, and then she's the victim. It's like this complete, like, this is like the real, I think, victim narrative, where people make statements that are incredibly intentionally inflammatory and then feign weakness, and like they're scared and feign to be like, oh, I'm defensive now. Centrists are just people who are right wing but don't want to be called one. 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%. That's always the thing. Centrist is just like a cop out. It's just like a very cowardly way of saying that you're conservative, or you have maybe not even 100% conservative, but that you have very conservative right wing views that you know people will see and think you're a monster, or think you're against, you know, people that you care about, your own community, or against that just hurt people in real life, but you're just like too cowardly to admit it.
After Trump just won, they're literally screaming.
But there it
these
is
people.
again. So much of your ideology, and I agree. If someone were stepping over and saying you have to live your life this way, you can't stay home if you want to. That would be strange. I would be against that. But your argument so often necessitates saying what other people should be doing, which we're not saying. We can say, you know, or we do believe that you can live the life however you want.
Other people should be doing it, yes, because there's good and there's evil. We know what good is, we know what evil is, and therefore people should be living good lifestyles. They should be living virtue.
Yeah, this is like the liberal mindset part of it too, where like everybody's a liberal at the end of the day, where you tag people as good and evil, so that way you can say, I'm Christian, I'm Caucasian, or I'm Hispanic, or I'm this and that, and the brown people over there, the Muslim people, the gay people, the transgender people, anybody that you can identify as other or a minority, you can cast them away and say, oh, they're all bad. They're not like us. They don't deserve to live. They don't deserve equality. They don't deserve respect. And that's why you got to be careful about that good versus evil dynamic, because it's always kind of create a perpetual other who you can blame for all of society's problems.
Moral lifestyles.
And like, it's always trying to search for the easy answer.
And we as a society, we can pressure the other people within our society to be walking with good morals, with good virtues.
And that's, I guess, what I find crazy is that you think this sort of content is pushing people in that direction.
Like pushing people to live more.
You think
it's emboldening
playing
other
into
people.
the caricature that the only reason you have the views you have is because you're obsessed with like this hate-filled fixation with other people's lifestyles. That's what you play into.
I just want to clarify, this isn't hate-filled. I'm not like fuming behind my phone like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that there's gay people in this world. I think it's funny. It's very lighthearted. And I personally don't care about moving people to what I think. Like, I'm a woman online. I think many women, especially in conservative politics, I call them the conservative feminists. They think that they're going to go make the change. And, oh my gosh, I'm so great. And I'm going to be the next president one day, which I've literally heard a certain conservative feminist say. I don't take myself seriously.
Well, then why are you justifying the rhetoric by saying we could create a society that pressures people into your framework? When I'm saying you could have the views that you have and people could choose to associate or not associate with you because of them, but to go out and purposefully do what a lot of other people, if you're saying you don't believe this, most people perceive what we're going through in this in the show as hateful rhetoric, and your justification is because it could impact people, which is crazy because it's only going to push people further away. I've heard people who are Christians, who have pretty traditional Christian views, but come at it from a place of compassion and empathy. And
way more mature.
Their views,
and it's respectful,
and it actually could move people.
Yeah,
I agree.
Whereas
I'm not debunking your point, but you're basically saying, hey, stop being so vile and hateful.
I'm asking why you're doing it.
Right, yeah. And it's because you are not you, but let's just say leftists, they don't like this, and they want to put us in the closet. And they want to say, you go in the closet, you be shamed, you don't get on social media and say, that is the F slur, You don't say these words. You don't act this way. You go back in the closet for being a hateful bigot.
And you'll get fired from your job. We'll dig up your old tweets, and we will do everything to take down your entire livelihood.
I don't think you need old tweets. So they're saying it right now. I don't think you need to go any farther back. I mean, they're putting it all out there right now.
The damage report.
Isabella Riley, this individual, is an ambassador to turning
100%. Turning Point USA. They're full of that GOP money. That's why. It's like being a leftist person in general. Even though I don't make like leftist content 100% of the time, like you're gonna be broke most of the time. It could be a random person just saying the F slur and being obnoxious. We're gonna see in a few minutes being misogynistic, and then you have like large like super PACs and just infinite money raining down from conservative billionaires who want to just create this nonsense discourse. And even me reacting to this, I feel bad because I feel the obligation to say something that, hey, these people are bad. It's okay that if you have people in your life that honestly are going to make you feel negative and distraught and frustrated, to just avoid them and create your own network, even if it takes, weeks or months or years to do that. Because really what all this is distracting us from is distracting us from the fact that there are billionaires in this country that control all the wealth, that control all the resources, and that the average American citizen, for example, knows they can't get ahead, knows their quality of life is backslipping from previous generations, but they want you to focus on like some clown on TV instead of solving your real problems. And that's why I think, even in reacting to this, I always want to say, try to focus on the real problems of your life. Try to focus on improving your local community, helping to help your family out, and just like make small marginal steps that seem like insignificant to improve your quality of life. Because clowns like this are always going to be around, and the best you can always do is succeed for you and your community.
Point USA.
No, she's not.
No, I'm
Has
not.
apparently been seen at Kerry Lake fundraisers, taking photos with top staffers or whatever. This is an influencer who's been allowed into organizations. And to be very clear, while I
3
think
years
that
ago.
tweet by itself is pretty bad, it's not the only time they've drawn people's
Oh, here we
attention.
go.
Take a look at this montage.
If you have stage 4 cancer, there's a reason why no man wants you. Because he wants to put your hair.
I feel like to young women,
Damn,
ironically,
that's
they
a
need to
brutal
find a
one.
man that's
I have a lot to say on that one.
very
Is she anti-cancer patient? I didn't even know there was a stance you can have.
misogynistic.
I think Malcolm X is based. I'm Malcolm X. Cool guy, yeah.
I would say he's based if he wasn't black.
Hey, speaking of getting a job,
It's a
I'm a
joke.
10. 10 out of 10 racist right here. My husband's texting me, and he said that he wanted me to tell you that we will have our daughter ready for you as a virgin.
What?
Really a joke. I just want to make one point about the cancer comment, which was a complete joke, and a lot of people got mad at me about this. It was in response to Dixie D'Amelio like shaving her head, and I just want to say I was vindicated because after this election, all the feminists now shaved their head bald because they don't want men to find them attractive. So they actually proved my point.
And then what happened? Like the cancer patients came out and they were like offended.
Now women with alopecia and who have cancer are like, I'm not part of this movement. Like, you guys are crazy and entitled. I was making a joke that these crazy feminists.
That's so crazy. I can say whatever I want, and if you get offended, it's a joke. And I think, I feel like there has to be some kind of standard with jokes where like you can't just pass any time you're wrong, make it a joke, or at least have to shame them for being so incredibly unfunny. That's why I always talk about Eminem. Eminem has a song, Stan, and that song created a new word in culture, right? Stan culture, being obsessive. And Eminem's so popular because Eminem will make a song and it's so relatable, and he makes it so approachable. And if nobody understands that you're joking, and your jokes always seem to be targeting minorities or marginalized groups, maybe you're not funny. You're just a piece of shit. Maybe.
Feminists just proved my point. Shout out to these rabid feminists.
screaming about someone not being appealing when they have cancer is very different than your thoughts about a feminist thing.
It was
Dude,
a
that
joke.
was a set. That's like 4 seconds of the entire video.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice too.
Watched your full videos. They don't. The context doesn't help.
Okay, first of all, that's like that video of her. That's from like 2.5 years ago.
Okay. All right. Cool. So then
Like
you back off.
she's adapting a little bit, changing a little bit more.
And I've definitely become more like empathetic towards people ever since having my daughter. But now it's been a year since she's been born, and I'm back to being a apparently.
But
No,
see,
I would say you've
I am.
adapted and you've learned and you've changed a lot and become way more empathetic and understanding. Totally.
just radically empathetic from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Just
I also
We're not saying that she's radically empathetic. We're saying
And later-
that she's taking steps more towards empathy than before.
not even taking steps, like it
so
just
then you
came
agree.
naturally.
Yeah. Well, then you agree that a lot of the stuff that you've gone most viral for is not a good representation of your views of Christianity.
Yeah, because I like to be like funny and outrageous online.
Hey, quiet.
Oh, sorry, can't talk.
I wouldn't say that it's a bad view of Christianity.
What? Really? Show me when Jesus was talking about putting people back in the closet.
Why would Jesus put people? Were there even closets at the time?
Yeah.
There. Oh yeah. So and there was the saying,
Walk-ins.
get back into the closet. Like this is the thing,
No.
bro. You're like autistically analyzing this. Like, where did Jesus say in
Obvious.
Talk
Matthew?
about the verse about shame.
In Matthew 14, Jesus says, "Hey, homo, get back in the closet." Never happened.
No, I'm saying look at the principle. Have you actually read the Bible?
Yes.
Like 7 times.
Okay, so you know that every Jesus-related story was not him convincing people to follow God by spitting on them or hating them. It was actually him going to those who were the outcasts
you're
of
so
the
wrong.
time. It was him going to the
You're
outcasts
wrong.
of the time and showing the ability to love people through even lifestyles that Christianity would say are wrong.
No, you're wrong. Because what does Jesus say in the Bible? He says, "Go and let the dead bury the dead." This man wanted to follow Jesus, and he said, "I have to go give a funeral to my father. He just died." And he said, "No, let the dead bury the dead. Come and follow me." He told
That
that.
doesn't refute what I'm saying. I'm saying don't ignore
But you're
all the
trying to say
stories
this
of
was all-
Jesus
this was
being
all love and this was
being
everything.
woke for the time.
Wait, what?
Jesus was the biggest wokester of the time.
No, he was loving. He was.
Yeah.
He was a
So
servant.
where's that publicly? Why can't I see y'all talking about the importance of loving? Do you actually believe this election would be so much better if women couldn't vote?
I think every election.
Or is that joke?
No, women should not be voting.
Even women in the 1920s largely didn't want.
When you look at the women's
vote.
suffrage movement and what they did, there were two sides. Women were advocating for women not to get into politics. But see, people
I'm sure some women were.
Yeah, some women were, right? Like, where's the statistics? Where's the stats? Just going off the dome and just like, okay, you can just say anything, right? Okay, that's fine. Let's see what he has to say.
but not some. There were a lot.
like her.
No, there were a lot of people.
Hey, I'm not that old, okay? People like to talk about my age online. I'm not that old. Gosh, what a misogynistic thing to say.
Hey, take it
Ageist.
back. Take it back.
I'm sorry.
The use of the
Okay.
day.
Oh, okay.
The use of the day, I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
but there were literally women who did not want women to get into politics.
I'm sure. There are a lot of really
But do you
incorrect women
explore
in
and
the
do you
world.
read about them? Do you read about why? Would you guess as
They
to why?
probably had similar views to y'all.
But guess why they didn't want women to go into politics?
I don't know, the self-hating, something like that.
Self-hating.
Yeah.
No, it's because they love their families. They love having
Oh,
children.
please.
They want to
there
focus.
it is again. Then be with your family. That's your choice. But why do you insist on making other people's choices for
Dude,
them?
do you know that there is a mass
Freedom, baby.
Do you know that women voting is not freedom, bro?
But by saying women shouldn't vote, and I know this is what you believe, and I don't know if I would ever change your view on this, but it's like the biggest, most simple way to put men and women on such a different
Exactly.
value.
Yeah.
You're valuing them
Exactly.
wildly different.
And it's still
Different.
equality.
Where
It's still equality if you give people less rights.
It
in
is.
reality, of course, women who are part of society, who are equal citizens, who are equal people, should be having a say in the
I think Roe v. Wade has to make it a lot more permissible to just say the most unhinged things,
Democracy.
especially when you're saying just pull back all rights of women. You know, abortion, and that's when it's at the state level, so they can say, hey, maybe women don't need the right to vote. Hey, maybe women don't need credit cards. Hey, maybe it should be a strict dress code for women. And a lot of these things where they're making fun of gay people or they're making fun of trans people, if you look back at it, it's all just the same oppression. And a lot of it goes back to women because they would have a very simple, very linear, and very straightforward relationship with women, which is women exist as an underclass and their only existence is to take care of me, a man, and have babies. Anything that they could or want to do, just take it away from them. And that's the whole conservative mindset. That's why I think a lot of people are upset about project like it's just like a whole bunch of different things that are going on right now. Project 2025. It's like like this is the part that bewilders me so much because it'll be like conservative people who aren't as like complicit right wing grifters as these people who vote for anti-abortion, right? They voted for anti-abortion laws, which is really pro-death for women. And then they get upset when they realize, oh no, the government's trying to control you. Like, what do you think you're doing when you're voting for anti-abortion legislation?
Cringe.
It's mob rule.
Do you
The majority
see-
of people
do
in
you
this
see how
country
Trump-
used to
how
think
Trump
slavery.
won?
The majority of people in this
people believe
country
that.
used
Yeah,
to
no,
think
he got
slavery.
Trump got the popular vote. It's true. Trump is the democracy king at the moment, so that's great. But at the end of the day, like if there were a room full of people that thought like me and Isabella, you would hate democracy too, wouldn't you?
There have been majorities, and we worked through our democracy
Yes or no?
to convince people. No, I want to hate democracy.
Really?
That's how things were before, and then we used our democracy to make the country better.
What's better?
A bunch of
our-
metrics are better off now than probably when y'all loved it. 1800, I don't know, 1700. When did y'all like it? 1950s. Oh, the time to be alive.
Yeah.
Come on.
Seriously.
Including like the oppression of black people and stuff.
Oh, segregation's not oppression.
Oh, wow.
Malcolm X, the reason why I wore the Malcolm X t-shirt is because Malcolm X wanted black communities,
I know.
black government, black
Do you know
politics.
whose stance
That's what he wanted. And
I agree with more, not Malcolm X's.
MLK?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Martin
Or
Luther
a
King.
bunch of the civil rights advocates of the day who understood segregation, the whole separate but equal fallacy is just that, a fallacy. That's just a way to allow for less resources, less rights to go to certain communities.
But
You
the
first have to isolate them and then you oppress them.
But that's like very anti-democracy of you. If black people came together and they had decided that they wanted black communities, they had decided that that's what they wanted.
They didn't, though.
No, whites got together.
In who were they unifying with? There we go.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Americans. And if you have black people who choose to associate with one another, and for example, their whole friend group is black, that's very different than, as
I
you
agree.
mentioned,
I agree.
lawful segregation.
I think lawful segregation.
Or even advocating segregation.
They do choose to segregate.
Right.
This is something that they choose to do.
As time has gone on, people have been less and less segregated.
There's like
This
segregated
is-
months, Gay
this
Pride
is-
Month,
this is
African
the
American
thing.
Month.
That's not
people tend to get with people who.
Yes.
Wait, what did you just
No,
say?
I'm just saying, like, I disagree with governments like
Pride Month-
segregation.
you don't understand even the thing that you're so upset about. Pride is saying that you're straight, more traditional. I don't even like saying that because I feel like that's disrespectful to traditional Christians, but
Being
your
straight?
version of traditional conservatism and Christianity, that is yours to live, and then other people's lives are ours to live, and that's the beauty of freedom.
So
That's
where's
what
our
Pride's
White
about.
Pride Month? Where's our Christian Pride Month? I don't even want it. I don't even care. But like, you only see it as this.
Yeah, this is just bad faith arguments, and it feels so silly at this point. We're gonna keep going. I'm looking for things to push back on, but some things either feel he already pushes back on instantly, or they see just too easy to fight. Like it's such like a low hanging fruit.
Supposed oppressed groups.
Right.
And
So whenever, those start because people are saying for too long we've been pushed down. So we're gonna do a month to say that we are proud of who we are. No longer are we gonna be shameful.
it's so
Shame.
gay.
That is literally gay.
Literally.
Pride
Yeah,
Month.
literally gay.
Is like that is also gay. Like not even just Gay Pride Month. Like also African
What does that
American.
mean to you?
Just like I'm just like cringe. Like
Gay equals cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're having sex and you can't reproduce. Like, the best part about having sex is reproduction.
Weird take.
Like,
Bizarre
I value
take.
sex because of an orgasm. I value sex because I know that I am going to reproduce and have another baby.
Maybe the orgasms aren't good enough. Kidding. Sorry.
The organism's not good. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, bozo.
Like, the best part of it.
I guess he's definitely doing it wrong. If the whole thing he's thinking about is, oh, sweet, I can't wait to have a baby in 9 months. He's definitely doing it wrong.
Why? As soon as we got together, like, she's off birth control. As soon
We
as
got married, yeah.
as soon as we're together, it's like no birth control, nothing, because I'm not gonna have gay sex. And like gay sex,
You know, I was about to say a second, like maybe he's doing it wrong. He was doing it with the wrong people, but I don't know why you're about to need to say I'm not gonna have gay sex. Nobody asked her to have gay sex, bro. Like, are you okay?
this is more than just like another man and a man. It's just like the idea of looking at sex as such a materialistic thing and just like, oh well, like we just have an orgasm and that's fun or whatever. No, dude, sex is about having children. It's about having babies. Like you pump yourself full of birth control and then you have sex with your wife and like there's no purpose there except just pleasure. That's the only purpose.
Should people
pleasure.
who are born like infertile have sex?
It depends. Listen, I am pro like people committing to celibacy for the rest of their life. I am pro like that.
What?
If that was something that they couldn't have babies. I believe that they should have that choice there.
Well, they have the choice.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, is that what you believe is correct? Infertile people, no sex for you.
I think that it's crazy. Infertile people don't think. I don't see anybody really saying that, hey, I'm infertile, so I'm going to be celibate for the rest of my life. I'm not going to touch sex. I'm not going to have sex.
You think it's crazy people don't say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that would be very honorable.
That's the bizarre take.
Women, guys.
Very true. I agree. What I'm advocating for is for men to take responsibility, specifically with protection and with provision. And she's advocating for women to submit and to serve their husbands. And we're both, you know, that's what we agreed on. Like our vows, it was like, I vow to protect and support, protect and provide and to love you. And she vowed to love me and support me always and to serve me.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go saying, we need to figure out how to prevent couples like this. Instead, I'll just say people have the freedom to live the way they want to. And that's my point about this sort of one-way street.
Yeah, but it's kind of like lukewarm.
Yeah, you're just
Dynamic.
giving a softer delivery, but you're still.
You know, it's kind of funny watch stuff like this because like it's easy to agree with this guy because these other two are just so shitty. But like, what the fuck are his political views? I don't even know because we don't even, like they're being so obnoxious about their beliefs that they're not even like curious in the least bit to push back and maybe see his perspective and try to poke holes or see flaws in it. So it makes this whole conversation so incredibly linear. Like
that's my point about this sort of one-way street.
Yeah, but it's kind of like lukewarm.
Yeah, you're
Dynamic.
just giving a softer delivery, but you're still letting the public know your stance, what you think is better.
I think equality is better for sure.
We take a more harsh.
Your view of equality is just it's.
What do you think equality is?
Listen, are men and women equal?
Yes.
In what way?
They're equal people, individuals, and they have the same individual rights.
Okay, so basically they're equal because the government says they're equal?
Because people through our democracy have made the government say they're equal.
So the government basically gets to say that these people are equal because we give them
protect
rights.
Because people
Our
set
rights are
up an
from God,
institution,
not from the government.
and then if you stop engaging with our government, you very quickly
It
have a world
wasn't
you don't love.
men and women were created equal. It wasn't that like our God-given rights were like for equality for men and women. That wasn't the point. Equality implies the same.
The same rights, yeah.
Dude, it's no. Look up what equality is, or being equal.
Oh, the state of being equal, especially in status, rights, and opportunities.
Look at all more definitions.
But
Just click on it.
he's already wrong. Just click on it, bro. Just click on
Maybe
it.
it further vindicates you.
a symbolic expression of the fact that two quantities are equal in equation. That's obviously not helpful. That's math.
You're big on welfare and things like that.
Programs that are effective to help people. Yeah.
And you think that those are effective programs?
Like Social Security cutting senior poverty by gargantuous
Sure,
margins.
but like,
and
Yeah, I don't think anybody. I was gonna say I was hoping you should go for it. I don't think anybody's gonna argue for more older Americans to be homeless, because there's no way any constituency is gonna openly say that in the most vicious, realistic way, the way he's expressing everything else. Say, yes, I want old Americans to be homeless.
the government taking care of women who are pregnant.
Yeah.
You like that?
Oh yeah.
Really? That's very peculiar to me.
Why?
So she's pregnant, like not right now, but she's pregnant, and now I'm married man. We're living God-fearing lives. Now I have to go pay the hospital $12,000. So now Brittany over here, Bethany, she decides that she just got knocked up by her boyfriend, and she doesn't like him, so she's going to separate from the family. It was premarital sex. There's no marriage. There's no stability. There's no guarantee that the father is going to be around or try his best to be around. And the government says, man, that sucks. That sucks that your boyfriend bailed on you. We're going to step in and we're going to pay for this. We're going to reward
Bro, that sounds awesome. Bro, that sounds sweet. Money for the baby and support yourself and be able to live. That sounds dope.
this.
What do you mean? What are they paying for?
It's because she's a single mother. Like the government.
I hear
used-
what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think, Vice President Harris actually ran on a bunch of pro-family policies, like the enhanced child tax credit for people such as yourself.
I don't want tax credits, bro. If there's a woman who is literally getting like everything is getting taken care of by the government for having a baby, but it's through premarital sex.
without a father. In
Why
the
is that
home.
not for Christian families?
Wait. That's what I'm saying. If you have a family for each of the children that you have as a couple, then you have to pay less taxes.
But that's not what is happening.
That's what Kamala wanted, but you voted against her. Shame on you.
Clown. Hey, it's kind of funny. Look at him. She's looking at him kind of funny. This is like a big game, right? It's just like, that's all these debates are. It's like a big silly game, right? Real people getting hurt, real people suffer, and they're just having fun and making money.
Vote in 2020.
Kamala in 2026, this last election, just now.
Oh yeah, no, because she's a liar.
What are you saying? I'm saying let's support families.
No.
No.
And then when people
Let's support families. Yes.
okay,
Family. Let's
That a
support
tick?
families. Yes.
okay,
Man and woman getting married.
man and man, yeah, like a families who are
No,
raising
man
children.
and woman getting married and having babies. That's family. This is not family.
He's
A
talking- yeah.
This is not family. A woman
Okay,
has
if a
premarital sex, gets
man-
knocked up
What
on a
about-
one-night stand, and then the government pays for it.
They don't pay for it.
They do.
They give support to people who are
What does giving
coming on
support
hard
mean?
times.
What does give support
If
mean?
you
Paying
say-
for it.
If
They pay for it.
What's the
you're talking
definition
about-
of giving support here?
Wait,
I need a
but you're
dictionary.
acting like everything's covered and you're living this.
If you're a
It is.
single
cushy
mother,
life.
you get
Cushy
free
life.
baby care, like
you get a
in the
lot
hospital
of, you
delivery.
get a lot of support because I believe, just like Jesus did, that we should help people who are in tough situations.
Right, but when the government
and often when
incentivizes
someone
bad
is a single mother trying to raise children, those kids are going to be malnourished if we don't give them some support.
It's such bullshit. They're not going to be malnourished.
Have you met people?
Have you met
any single
mother
mothers?
was a single mother.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe she was like really successful or something.
No.
Then how did she support?
Yeah, she has
got
boobs.
support.
She has boobs, and she eats, and then you get breast milk right there.
So kids only
Dude,
live.
malnourished.
Kids
What?
only.
What is he saying? Oh, this is actually bizarre.
Psychotic thing I've ever.
Yeah.
What are you still sucking on her? I'm saying that.
Where's the video of me drinking her breast milk? Get that one up.
He did.
Jamie, pull that one up.
First of all, you have to. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. You have to be nourished as a mother to give good nourishment to your babies, and then the babies grow out of the sucking phase.
Yeah.
And then you still have to
And
feed
then they
them.
eat food. Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's what I'm
Are we
talking
acting
about.
Are we acting like people are not getting food?
A lot of people, a large percentage of the U.S. population is food insecure. Yeah. Meaning they get some food, but not enough to have a healthy, nutritious diet because most of them are in poor environments.
Really, in America? I
In
see
America.
a lot of fat people. I don't know.
In America.
Very interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
the-
curious what these communities are.
I think the point that he's
All
trying.
sorts of communities.
I'm saying where they are. Like,
It's worse in red states because red states, by almost every metric, are worse.
Really?
Like in
but at least they're gonna go to heaven.
What about the cities? What about the
He's such an unserious person. It's just like it's hard to be mad at him. It's like at one point he's saying things that are so monstrous, and other parts he's so silly. It's just like the conservative grift. You don't even have to believe the things you say.
liberal cities? All the
Health
homelessness,
outcomes.
LA. Like, come on.
Yeah, so red states have disproportionately worse violent crime, worse poverty, etc., worse infrastructure, worse education.
I would say the cities probably have.
No, this is
You're just looking at
debatable,
states?
but-
Okay.
Well, because state governments structurally, systemically have a lot more say.
I think the point that we're trying to make is that when the government incentivizes
y'all know
bad
there's
behavior,
like really poor rural red areas, right, where they're food insecure.
course.
Yeah.
Okay. So if a mother, if the husband, for example, runs off, let's say it's a happy couple, and all of a sudden the husband runs off, and then this wife who was living the lifestyle you wanted her to live, so she's not trained on anything, she can't go get a job easily, she needs to raise the kids, is all of a sudden trying to figure out how to get a really low wage job because she's a single mother now, or her husband dies.
Okay.
she should join a church community and get
And-
help there.
Okay, or the community, like our governments, could step in and support. But we should also be supporting families where people are together, which is a big part of what Vice President Harris proposed, which I probably didn't even know, which is why I call people who vote for Trump so often misinformed.
Just a nice way of saying stupid.
No, not stupid. I think you could be really smart and then just not take the time to go inform yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From being ignorant or stupid.
Well, y'all are definitely ignorant. Definitely. Really.
All right.
Badly. There's less of an issue with hunger in this country compared to other countries, right? You'd agree?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
and you're saying it's because of socialism programs,
Sure.
and I would agree with you.
And so I'm asking, when you talk about these different issues, I agree we could tweak and make changes to welfare to make it as ideal as possible. One of them is more universal programs. I'm asking what your prescription is then. Do you rip them away, the programs altogether, and then you're just like, I don't know, if you can't eat, you can't eat?
No, it's not really about if you can't eat, you can't eat. It's about you removing and not incentivizing bad behavior and saying, hey, you are going to have a tough life because you decided that you were just going to have sex and you didn't really understand the responsibilities of it, and we're not going to come bail you out. You
What
know
about
what?
the children? Even if you feel that way, why are we
but what
punishing
they
the
gonna do?
children?
It's a survival instinct. What are they going to do? They're going to
Okay.
get in touch with their community.
Yeah.
They're going to get in touch with their neighbors. Bro, we have no sense of
And
community.
that's why there's no starving in the countries I just referred
we
to
have
that
we
don't
have
have the
no
programs
sense.
we have.
We have no sense
there
of
is.
community. We have no sense
Worse.
of community.
I
How many
agree
people
we
knocked
should.
on your door for Halloween?
I agree we should. I live in an apartment, but
People just don't go outside. Like, they don't know their neighbors.
I agree.
You used to go and knock on your neighbor's door and say, hey, you have some brown sugar?
I want more community. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But the answer is not always the government. It doesn't
Of
always have
course,
to
of
be
course,
the
of
government.
course.
It can be
But
going to
we're
the
not gonna
community.
solve the reason we didn't. The reason why we even created the programs that feed people like SNAP, the food stamps, is because before clearly we didn't solve the issue with community. So we're going to have programs to provide a basic standard of living for people, and then I agree we should work.
What's this guy's plan? Like, of course, there's no real plan, but it's like, hey, just go to your neighbor and ask for, like, hey, do you have milk and eggs and bread and toilet paper and tissue and maybe a school bag for my kid and also some pencils and like every single thing to help provide a better quality of life for my children? Please, maybe.
To strengthen communities.
See, the thing is, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how we were necessarily right before we got all these programs. I would like to see that and then come back to you, because I'm not, it's kind of, I should just take your word for it that things were so much worse before SNAP and welfare?
As we've solved poverty, not completely, but as we've, minimized it, as we've implemented some of these programs, our country just keeps becoming more capitalistically dominant still, even with the socialism.
Really? Because when there's a cap to how much money you can get from the government, you actually don't want to make more. So it actually incentivizes people to stay underneath this tax
There's not a
bracket.
cap. What cap?
That is a thing
Just
where
when
you
you
have
get taxed more? Yeah, people are going to find ways always.
we're talking
you don't
about
think we should
welfare,
abolish
really.
taxes?
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the... Why did you vote for Trump?
It was really tough, but I'm just trusting the people that I'm connected with. I feel like I could have some representation through connections that I have in the White House. Maybe we'll see. And so I'm trusting who he's putting in the cabinet. We're gonna see. It's better than Kamala. Like,
Yeah.
I feel way more represented with the community that I've built with a Republican president than I ever would with a Democrat president.
Trump wasn't even strong enough on abortion that we would like. That's why we were kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't vote because women shouldn't vote, but
honestly, the vibe I'm getting from these two, like, he's like the dumb guy who like genuinely is misinformed and just goes with, like he said, what the people around him say. And she is just like a fucking actually malignant, like, toxic troll. I would say they're both not toxic, but his toxic seems to come from more ignorance, and her toxicity comes from like genuinely just wanting to irritate people, which are both really bad.
like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't vote because women shouldn't vote, but
yeah, these just 100% clowns. Definitely just straight up fucking clown behavior.